why education is important in this world. So that's the question I want to discuss with you today. I didn't prepare anything for this video, okay? I don't have any notes. I will just try to explain you what I'm thinking about it and probably also convince you to launch an online education business, okay? So you should watch this video if you have an expertise, if you're a professional at something. You can be a tennis coach, you can be good, like a good guy in finance, M&A, whatever, a trader, or a psychotherapist, psychologist, therapist, anything, anybody good at dropshipping, in business, whatever. If you have an expertise in any field that could be useful for anyone, then you should listen to this video. Because I want you to understand that education is probably the number one factors in everything happening around us, okay? Basically, the building that I'm in right now, this penthouse, which has this floor, another one, and a big rooftop on the top, was made because of education, right? This big building that I'm in, of 16 or something like that, floors, was made because of education. The iPhone, which is right now filming me, was made because of education. The Mac, which I can see right there, was made because of education. Everything is education. And education, every time we hear this word, we probably think about school, right? But actually, it's wrong. School is not education. School is part of the education system. It's a way to learn. You put people in a school for years and you teach them things. It's education, but education is also from your parents. And even before that, years and years and years, centuries ago, we didn't have any school. When we understand how to do irrigation with water, right? At the very beginning, which leads then to be able to grow our own food, all that stuff. That was education. We then give this knowledge to the child, the kids, right? And each centuries, we give more and more knowledge to the future person, to the society, basically. And that's education. That's how it works. That's how you can get someone from a bad situation to a good situation through education. And a lot of people know this, right? They know. So you should know intuitively that education is super important. But the problem is that probably you don't think you can be part of it. You don't think you can play a big role, be a good actor in education. But you can. You can through online education. Because this is the new paradigm. This is happening right now. Through online education, there is people who cannot have access to good education, who can actually learn new stuff. I've seen, for example, in the biz-op industry, basically it's the business, the make money business, the make money industry. So how to learn dropshipping, how to learn SMMA, all that stuff. I've seen many people from very poor family, even from very poor place of the earth, poor country with no opportunities. I've seen many of them change their life because of online education, because they gain this access to a course at a very low price, if we could say, right? If school system college, and I'm not like attacking college right now or high school or anything. It's not like it's bad and this is good. That's not what I'm saying. I'm 100% for going to college actually, if you have the possibilities. But right now I'm just literally talking about the people who cannot have, who don't have the opportunity to go to college, or at least to a good college, good university. And so for a very low price comparing to university, they gain this access and then they literally change their life. So I'm not saying this. I'm not saying like you shouldn't go to college or you shouldn't you can like change people's lives, blah blah. It depends, very depends of what you're selling and what's your expertise. If you're a tennis coach, of course, you will not change people's life. I mean, at least not from like starving and not having money, right? You will like change their life in the tennis area, but that's it, right? But that's what you need to understand, is when you give this online education opportunity to people, is you give them change. You give them the education that they couldn't have anywhere else, right? It's like a book, but book is good, but it takes time to, and not a lot of people actually decide to write a book, right? There's many people who are actually good, but they never wrote any book to give their knowledge. And that's when, because, well, the thing with book, I'd say, is that it doesn't really bring money. You can't really make like a lot of money from it. And so I know a lot of people who could like wrote book, but they didn't because of this issue. And that's the beauty with online education, is that you can give your knowledge while making money. But as I said always, it's about the impact that you have on people. It's not about the money. The money will go along the impact that you have. And that's also the beauty of education, is the more you give to people, the more you help them, the more impact you have on the world. And that's why it's such a beautiful business, because you literally impact people's lives through education, through what you teach them, and you change their state, you change how they feel, you change how they play, you change their self-esteem. And I can't there's so many examples right now of people who change their life through an online education. It can be in any industry, any area of their life. It can be self-esteem, it can be a sport, it can be a business, so many, right? But in order to be able to actually impact people, you have to make the best course possible, right? But that's another subject. I've already made video on this. So also, education, it's something that they couldn't have without you giving them, right? Let's say tomorrow I can work with Federer or Nadal, Rafael Nadal, in the tennis industry. Let's say for whatever reason, I work with him and I help him creating a course, launching it, scaling it, blah, blah. Imagine the knowledge in this course. Imagine the impact that it could have on people, right? Imagine the price. Let's say we price it at $1,500, which is nothing to get the knowledge of Rafael Nadal, right? Well, imagine the impact on people's. Imagine that could be awesome. That would be like insane, very big, right? And that's what you want. That's what you want. You should aim for this, because if you're in the stage of your life, of your business, to actually launch an online education, well, you should be craving to impact more people with your knowledge, because you would have loved to know at the beginning of your journey, to know exactly what you can teach them right now. And why not? Why not doing this? Why not teaching them then? Because you know you can help them. So it would be a shame for you to not put your knowledge into a course. It would be a shame. That would be very bad, actually. Why you don't want to help people? And maybe you're like this. Maybe you don't want. Maybe you're gatekeeping your information. And that's understandable. Maybe if you have like a very, especially in business, I'd say, if you have a good business, and for sure, why would you want to create your competitors? And that's very understandable. And I'm not addressing this video to you then, because if you want to gatekeep your knowledge, I don't want to force you. You can have very good reason for this, as I said. So if that's you, you can leave this video. It's not for you. Or maybe you have another expertise that you want to teach. Maybe it's productivity or anything. But if you don't mind gatekeeping your information, if you want to help people, if you want to impact more lives, then it would be very bad to not give away your knowledge. Not give away, because it will not be free. Your knowledge has a price. And also, that's very understandable. But that's what I'm saying. It's because it has a price, because you're impacting people. It has a price of the level you're impacting people, of the level of knowledge you can give, and of the level of who you are, of your status, of your expertise, of your results, all that stuff. Also, you have to understand that education, it's something that not so many people have actually access to, especially on different area. And like, for example, programmation or coding, or just like internet in general, there is people in this world that don't really have an access to this kind of information of how to code, how to do all that stuff, how to use Excel. That's very little, but yeah, right? And you also want to understand this, that you can help people, and not necessarily this kind of people, because they don't really have the money to pay you, right? But if they work for it, they will be able to pay, and when they will like have the money to pay, you can change their life, right? You can change. But again, it's because you have a good course. And then this is a very specific example, because basically they will not buy like a tennis course, of course, right? But I want to emphasize this thing, this like very education gap in the world, and how important education is, and how important it is for you as a knowledgeable expert with knowledge. Literally, you can help people, and you should help, and you must help them, because that's your duty. At the end of the day, that's what can lead you to be a better person. So yeah, I don't want to make this video too long, so I will probably stop it now, because I think you get my point. And I really wanted to make this video, because this is so important to me, in my opinion, and knowledge and education is very, very, very important in this world. And there shouldn't be a day where we don't learn something new. So yeah, thank you very much for this video, for watching this video. If you want me to help you with creating, launching, and scaling your online education business, you can click the link in the description. I will be very happy to help you. Just book a call, watch the free training, book a call with me or someone of my team, and we will be very happy to just help you and see where it goes. Thank you very much for your time. See you in another video. Ciao.